So, we're about to embark on a slightly longer journey than we usually do. As you know, I don't do many miles. I go to work, pick up the truck, and drive around in the truck all day. Nevertheless, I see a lot on the roads, and the roads are dangerous places. So anyway, we'll do our oil. We'll make sure there's fluid in there. We'll do our water. We'll do our screen wash. So we do those checks, which you ordinarily would anyway. In our case, we don't need to pop to the garage, but we'll do the tyres because you go to work. Maybe you do 10 mile a day or whatever. The tyres don't really heat up, show any faults. If you were running a bit of a soft tyre and you were to run for 3 or 4 or 5 hours and it heat up, you're stressing the tyre, aren't you? So just do your tyres, which I'm sure all of you do if you go on a slightly longer than what you usually sort of journey. And yeah, I know you've got tyre monitoring, so that looks after you in most cars now. Anyway, just a few things to carry as precaution, because as you know, the car or the motor vehicles break down when in the worst place possible. They always break down when you don't want them to break down. I mean, if you listen to the motorway, the people that designed the motorway that puts refuge in is using the bleeding hard shoulder, the cars only break down exactly 2 miles apart or 2.5 miles apart, and some are even further, 4 and 5 miles apart. That's not the truth. The truth is the car will break down wherever and whenever it decides to. So, okay, I carry bulbs, but also in the dark. And yes, you can put a battery. You and I know about batteries. You put a torch in here, you go to the shop, you see a cheap torch, you think, oh, that's a good idea. I'll buy this torch, I'll put it in the car, I'll always have it then, so if it's dark. But, 2 or 3 years down the line, the battery's died. These self-charging torches, we always had them in the vans, to be honest. That's where they've come from. But just put one away in your car, because you're never going to be without light, just in case, you're on a nasty corner, you need a bit of light. It might be the difference between being run over and not run over. It might mean the difference between living and dying, just having a bit of light to shine at somebody at the last minute. Oh, you're walking down the road, you're walking to safety, you're in a bad spot, you think, oh, I'm going to walk. Just makes the difference. Just now in the trucks, these days we don't carry such things, because if you hit a truck, first of all, we're big enough to see, and if you hit a truck, you're going to come off considerably worse. But in a car, they might just think you're going slow ahead or whatever, and you can more easily to be missed in a car. So you're in if you've broken down in the worst place possible, in the howling weather on a bend, you are, you're in grave danger. So you need to get away. So carry the torch with you. But also, you have to remember that there are people out there that can and will and help you. And yes, you'll pick the phone up, and the rescue people will come. But in between times, if you're you're in an awkward spot, you just need to get away from where you're at. Before you do a journey, just do. And we should do it once a year. Really, we should do this. We know we've got them. We have got them. But now and again, you've got to check. So make sure you've got air in your spare. If you carry a spare tyre, how many people have had a puncture and got no spare? And that hasn't helped them. So once a year, there's no reason for it to go down. It's brand new, never moved. Same here. Now these, if you've got alloy wheels or wheel locking nuts and whatever, if you're stuck in a really dangerous place and you need the tyre on and off as quick as possible, but you've lost your tyre wheel thing. The tyre man didn't put it back for whatever. You've put it in the log, in the front glove box, and the glove kids have messed with it. So make sure that is where it should be. And also the towing eye. These vehicles, they carry a towing eye that's screw in the front. So make sure you've got your towing eye with you. If you're not planning on doing a journey, but you haven't checked these things out in about a year, it's well worth thinking about doing it again. Because like I say, it might be the difference between being hit, not being hit, being in the right place, being able to get out of a dangerous place. Now, I work in an industry where we have these. It's always worth keeping one of these in to be seen. You know, if you use one regular, when they give you a new one, make your old one last twice as well. Keep the new one, put it in your car and forget about it. It doesn't take any space. Hide it anywhere or wherever you want to put it, but you need to be seen. You need to be whatever you're wearing, the light's changing. You've got to keep one of these on you to keep you safe, because, you know, if they don't quite catch you, it might be this. Like I say, these are the very, very, very basics that you should think about having in your car, and making sure maybe once a year that they're still there, because it might be the difference between living and dying. Being run over, being not run over, being crashed into, being still there in half an hour and rescue hasn't arrived. Somebody with a 4x4 would come along. Do you want to tug, mate? You're in a dangerous spot. Yes, mate. Here's my towing eye, and you can hook up and you can go. If you're on your own and your lady, your wife is on her own and she doesn't know how to change the tyre, well, at least she could wave anybody down. Most truckers would see, oh, you're in a bad spot there, let me protect you with the truck. Where's your spare tyre, love? Oh, it's in here. Yeah. Oh, right, where's your tools? Where's your jack? And somebody else will change the tyre for you. And it might just get you off that nasty corner, out of that nasty place. You just don't know when it's going to happen to you. You just do not know. So if you can help yourself by helping other people help you get out the way, put a wheel on, pull you to one side. Have a towing eye, pull you to one side. Have a light that you know will always work, because you've charged it up yourself by hand. Will just help you go along the road, and a car come in, you can shine the light towards him, say, oi, I'm here, you know. So it's just a few of the very, very basics that really we don't and we should check every year. So yeah, we're on a bit of we get preparing for a bit of a longer journey than usual. So let's go around the tyres and check the tyre pressures. And another reason you should check your tyres is, you know, you go to work and you come back. So now you're going on holiday. So you're putting the wife, you're putting the mother-in-law, you're putting the kids in the back, you're putting all the luggage, whether you're in a hotel or maybe you're towing a trailer or whatever. You have to set your vehicle for what you're going to carry. On the bikes, it's important with a pillion. The difference between tyre pressure with no pillion and with pillion is the difference. So if you had a bit of a low tyre, and generally you don't know it and you don't feel it, but now you put the wife there, and you put the mother-in-law here, and you put the kids in the back, and you put the luggage on the roof, and you haven't considered your tyre, you're putting yourself in grave, grave danger. So yeah, this is the most minimum checks you can do, and we should really all think about doing it.